Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. In the last episode, we ventured to the deepest region of the XIII Massif. And we are at the Pandrian Archaeolopus, right in front of the large ruins, just to the right of the Cie'th Waystone, Mission 6. So as soon as we got here, we viewed a scene, and then we activated the Cie'th stone, which is, let me see here, Mission 6, No Place Like Home, and we just completed that on the last episode. So on this episode, we're going to be completing the next Cie'th stone mission, which is Mission 7. So before we do this, we need to take careful preparation, because this guy is no joke. If you're underleveled, he will slaughter you. This guy is no joke. So starting off, we have amassed over 100,000 CP by fighting all the enemies that we came in contact with in this area. Ever since we got to the XIII Massif, which is the area we're in, we fought every enemy we came in contact with, and by doing that we've saved up a total of 110,000 CP for all characters. So now we're gonna expand our Crystarium to make our character stronger for the upcoming battles ahead. So let's continue down the commando roll with lightning, and hopefully we have enough to fill it out. If not, we'll be really close. And yep, we had enough to fill out Commando. So now let's work on her Ravager roll. And that's all we have enough for now. Moving on to Vanille. Let's go ahead and work on her Ravager roll as well, because she can learn some powerful new spells. Such as Fire Ga. And Blizzaga. Now let's take a quick note at her medic roll. Let's go ahead and grab all these HP 100s to increase her HP and give her an advantage, because the next mission, Mark, is definitely vicious and he has some very powerful attacks, so having high HP is a must. Now let's progress Fang far enough down her commando roll. Hopefully she learns her ATB level, which will bring her to 5. And there it is. So upon getting the ATB level with Fang, that will increase her overall ATB gauge to 5, allowing her to get 1 extra attack in. And let's see if we can max out this roll. Went ahead and got the roll level, but we're still missing 1 crystal, which is the magic 25, but we'll get that later because it costs 10,000 CP. Now let's take a look at Saz and progress him down his synergist role so that he can learn his HVD level. And upon getting him far enough down the synergist roll so that he learns ATB level, that will bring his from 4 up to a total of 5. And we have enough to max out his synergist roll. Now let's work on his Ravager roll. And that's all we can do for now. Moving on to Snow. Let's advance far enough in his Sentinel roll so that he learns his ATB level up. And once you progress him far enough through his Sentinel roll to learn the ATB level, that will bring his from 4 to 5, giving him an extra attack as well. And that takes care of his Sentinel roll. Now let's work on him as a Commando. And that's all we can do for him. And finally, let's work on Hope. So let's get Hope far enough down his synergist roll so that he learns his ATB level up as well. And there it is. So progressing him far enough down his synergist roll will allow him to learn ATB level, which increases his ATB gauge from 4 to 5. And we barely had enough to max out his synergist roll. Alright, so that's it for upgrades. So now if you're unsure of how to develop your character in their Stage 8 Crystarium, and you're limited on CP and wondering which is the best way to go, as explained before, it's best to max out their primary roles first, before beginning working on their second roles. So you generally want to progress them down the roll where they have the ATB level upgrade, because this can only be found down one roll with each character. They can only get it one time, and usually it's down one of their primary rolls. So getting this increases their attack gauge so that they can get an extra attack in. So this is generally the best path to take first. So now everyone has their ATB gauge to level 5 except for Vanille, because she's the only one without a summon yet. Everyone else has summon Eidolons that they can use except for Vanille. So hers is at 4, but everyone else is at 5. And you can get one more ATB segment once you upgrade your weapons to the fullest. So speaking on upgrading weapons, after we beat this next Cie'th Stone mission, we'll unlock the 10th shop at the save point, and it's got some really handy components that we can use to upgrade our weapons, but we're going to need a lot of money. So here's how you get money. This Cie'th Stone mission that we're about to face, every time you beat it, you can play it again and again and again after you beat it once. Each time you beat it, it gives you 5 bomb cores. Every time you beat it, so it's a guaranteed drop. And once you save up bomb cores, you can sell them at the store for 3,000 gil. For every 5 bomb cores you get 3,000 gil. So the trick to getting gil in chapter 11, and the fastest way that I know of to get gil in chapter 11, is to keep playing this next mission, which is going to be Cie'th Stone mission 7. And then you'll get bomb cores after each battle, and you save them up and then sell them all at once at the save point to get a lot of gil. And that's the best way to do it in chapter 11. Now if you wait even longer to start upgrading, there are better spots to get gil at that give you a lot more gil, but you're going to want to upgrade now. because the enemies that we're going to be facing later on down the road are going to be really tough, and if you don't have any upgraded weapons, it's going to be pretty hard. So for now, we're just going to beat this Sea Stone mission once, and then we need to progress through the main story a little bit further so that the final shops update and get the final components that we need. So first, we're going to go ahead and beat this guy. Now, let me quickly get you guys set up. For each character, I would suggest to get the highest HP raising accessories you have. So for lightning, I have the platinum bangle, and I would suggest to equip the fulmin ring, which increases lightning resistance by 25, because this guy has some really nasty lightning attacks. For Vanille, I have the mythical bangle, and I would suggest to equip a spark ring, which increases lightning resistance by 20%. Finally, for Fang, I have a gold bangle, and I would suggest to equip a spark ring, which increases lightning resistance by 20%. Also, it might be wise to equip something that gives you daze resistance onto Vanille. Such as a rainbow anklet. So if you want, you can actually replace either the spark ring or the mythical bangle with the rainbow anklet, which will give her daze resistance. Now you want this on your medics because this particular mission, the mark that you have to fight, he has really strong electrical attacks, and he also has the daze effect. So if he hits one of your medics with daze, you're not going to be able to heal, and it's going to be a pretty tough battle. But we're going to take our chances, and if we fail because of daze, then I will equip the rainbow anklet. So for the current party, I like to use Lightning, Vanille, and Fang. Lightning because she's really fast and she's a great Ravager and Commando. Vanille because she's a great medic and she has high magic for her Ravager role. And Fang because she's the best Commando in the game, and she has Sentinel, which will soak up the damage whenever you're really hurt. If you want, you can actually replace Fang with Saz, because Saz has the haste ability. But I think we're going to use some Shrouds, because I have 17 Fortizol and 28 Deceptizol and 4 Agizol. So we're really going to need Agizols, but yeah, I might not use, hold on, I might just go ahead and use a Fortizol at the start of the battle, because I only have 4 Agizols, so I need to save them. But yeah, once you're ready and you have the necessary equipment and paradigm set up, oh yeah, let's talk about the paradigms real quick. First of all, I have Relentless Assault, which is Ravager Commando, and I have this duplicated so I can switch back and forth between these two and fully recharge the ATB gauge. Then I have Exploitation, which is Commando Saboteur, because you can really debuff this boss with like De-Protect and De-Shell so that your attacks do a lot more damage. I have Solidarity, which is Commando Medic Sentinel for healing. I have Diversity for Ravager Medic Commando so that you can heal while attacking. Finally, I have Combat Clinic, which is Medic Sentinel for those extreme emergencies when everyone's health low. Alright, so when you're ready, go ahead and jump down to the area below. And if you can, try and run through this area without getting into any fights. But it might not happen. Yeah. So we gotta take these guys out first.
Eat this!
Alright, after clearing out the enemies, you can open up a treasure ball in the corner that contains a nugget of Rodro Crossite. And let me quickly make sure that there are no more treasure balls around here. Yep, we're good to go. Alright, so continue up the stairs. And at the top you'll see some enemies, but don't worry about them for now. Instead, run past them, and over on the far right, underneath the pillars, you will find the 7th Cie'th mission stone. So go ahead and examine this for mission 7. Bitutus, the pillager. So the mark is Bitutus, or however you say that. Location is in the Yashov Massif in Class C. So this is going to be a very tough battle. I suggest that if you are underleveled or you don't have enough CP, then you should definitely train before taking on this mission, because this is the first actual mission where he will wipe you out if you're underleveled, and even if you're overleveled, he'll wipe you out. But once you're ready, choose yes to start the mission. You'll see a scene of a flying enemy, and that's your mark. So open up the map and you'll see that you have to go downstairs in the center of the area. So head down in that direction, and right before you go down the stairs, stop and switch your current paradigm. You want to have exploitation, which is Commando Saboteur, set as your active paradigm. So at the start of battle, Lightning can get that chain gauge going, the stagger gauge, while Vanille and Fang debuff the boss with D-Protect, D-Shell, and Slow. Once they have stuck D-Protect, D-Shell, and Slow on the boss, you're going to switch over to Relentless Assault and switch between these two. For healing emergencies, switch to Combat Clinic. Finally, if you have any Fortizol to spare, I suggest to toss at least one so you can have haste, shell, or haste, bravery, and faith at the start of battle. And then head down to the middle area for a scene. And get ready for a tough fight. At the start of the battle, make sure you Libra. And you'll see that Bitutus has 324,000 HP. So wait for Vanille and Fang to cast D-Protect, D-Shell, and Slow on the boss. Then switch over to Combat Clinic. Thanks. And heal everyone up to full health. Come on, then.
Thank you.
And there's that very nasty lightning attack, Levy Bolt. So make sure you watch out for that. Once everyone's healed up, switch over to Relentless Assault and let them have it. Should be able to vanquish him rather quickly as long as you use that Fortizol to have haste at the start of battle. Alright, so for winning you get 2,250 Crystarium points. And for completing the mission, you get the R&D Depot, which unlocks the 10th shop at the save point. Also, your party has earned the rank of Archaeopolitan Idol. And congratulations on beating the Cie'th Stone Mission 7. Before you leave, go ahead and open up a nearby treasure ball in the back right hand corner for a Whistlewind Scarf. And then you can get one more treasure ball off to the right that contains 3 spined horns. Alright, so once you've got that, go ahead and head back to the save point. Now if you want, you can keep fighting this guy, so let me quickly show you before we leave this area. If you're trying to get a lot of gil, just head back over to the Cie'th Waystone and examine it. Choose to replay the mission. And for all the scenes that show, just press start and select to skip it. Make it go by a little bit quicker. And then run back down the stairs, and let's try and do it without the Fortizol. Press start and select to get the battle moving. And rinse and repeat the same strategy as before. Switch over to Combat Clinic.
Thank you.
Heal everyone up at full health.
Appreciate it. This will be fun.
Once everyone's at full health, switch over to Relentless Assault. Let the boss have it. Make sure your health doesn't drop too low.
Appreciate it.
Then back to Relentless Assault.
Keep a cool head.
Here we go!
Appreciate it.
That's why you want that lightning resistance for his crazy attack, Levin Bolt. When he gets low on HP, he'll start spamming it like crazy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. New strategy. This'll be fun. Thank you. This'll be fun. Thanks. Keep a cool head.
Alright, so as you can see, the battle's a lot longer without haste because you gotta spend a lot of time in combat clinic paradigm. So more importantly, after completing each time you complete the mission from now on, you'll get a completion bonus of a bomb core times 5. Now these bomb cores, you can save them up. Just keep fighting that guy and save up bomb cores. You get 5 after each battle. So if you just continue to keep saving and saving and saving, then you can take them back to the save point just up top the bricks. And as you can see, you go down to your components and you can sell the bomb cores. 5 of them are worth $3,000. So you're getting 3,000 gil after each battle. Now you may be like, man, how much gil do I need? Well, you're going to need about 300,000 gil. And you're going to be like, wow, I got to do that a lot. And I might even die sometimes. Well, that's why it's best to level up and get stronger before you come back here and do that. That's why I suggested we're going to get out of here for now. We're going to go level up properly, and we're going to unlock the upgrade, or we're going to get some updates at the shop so that we can get better components, and then we're going to upgrade our weapons. And when you upgrade your weapons, it's going to be a whole lot easier to take this thing down. You'll be able to take it down in like a minute, 30 seconds. So it's going to go by a lot quicker. You can get them bomb cores a lot faster and then sell them for more money. Now if you absolutely do not want to do this and you feel that you can hold out on upgrading your weapons, then by all means do so, because coming up later on in the game, you're just going to be awarded with like $400,000. They just give it to you for doing like a little side quest that takes like 10 minutes, and you don't have to fight anybody or anything. You just got to find a couple items. So I'll show you guys that side quest whenever it comes up, but it's still probably about 15-20 episodes away. So if you feel like you can hold out till then, they'll give you like 450,000, and then you can upgrade then, and it'll save you a lot of time of fighting this guy over and over and over. But for those of you guys who want to upgrade your weapons as soon as possible, going back and fighting that guy for the bomb cores and then selling them is the best way to get gil in chapter 11. So once we upgrade our weapons a little bit and we level up our Crystarium and get some CP and our characters are stronger, I'm going to come back here before pressing on and I'll show you guys how quickly this guy can be defeated. But yep, that's going to take care of this episode. Oh, before we go, let's quickly show you beating him for the first time. Unlock the R&D depot, which is the tent shop. Here you can find all kinds of good stuff, such as the green needle, a particle accelerator, which is one of the key items to upgrading your weapons, an ultra compact reactor, which is another key item for upgrading your weapons, and an adamantite, dark matter, and trapped zohydrant. Now you may be wondering, man, these things are expensive, what do they do? Well, once your weapon is fully upgraded, you can use one of these, whichever one is required to transform your weapon into an even better version. So once you upgrade your weapon fully and it can't upgrade anymore, it's at max level, you'll know because there's a little star. You use one of these and it'll transform that weapon into something completely different. And then you can upgrade the new weapon that you transformed and it'll be a whole lot stronger the second time around. Alright, but more on that whenever the time's right and we're coming up on it. So that's going to conclude this episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. I'll see you guys next time wherever we head out of here and advance the main story just a little bit so that we can update our shops and get the final necessary components, and then we'll start upgrading our weapons and accessories right away. See you guys next time on the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII.